Programmi ieħor il-Missjoni Hawn, propju f'dawn il-programmi qed niltaqgħu ma' missjonarji varji li qegħdin jagħmlu xogħol f'pajjiżna. Programm li ħasset Missjon Malta li għandha ittellaw għax din is-sena wkoll qed niċċelebraw il-100 sena minn meta ġiet tiġi ċċelebrata il-Ġurnata Missjonarja. Allura għalhekk qed nagħmlu daw il-programmi biex nlaqgħukom ma' missjonarji din id-darba mhux biss Maltin li għedin barra imma dan il-programm intis biex nlaqgħukom ma' missjonarji li qed jagħmlu xogħol siewi mal-anzjani fil-parroċċi mat-tfal xogħol hawn Malta f'ħafna kongregazzjonijiet. Illum ħanibqgħu fl-Ewropa. Ħanibqgħu fl-Ewropa għax s'issa rajna ħafna missjonarji mill-Afrika, mill-Asja u mill-Amerika Latina, però darba ħanibqgħu f'Malta, ħammorru il-Polonja. Il-pajjiż li ovvjament aħna nafuh assoċjat ħafna ukoll ma' komuniżmu u l-importanza tal-qaddis Ġwanni Pawlu II fejn permezz tiegħu ħansiru nafu wkoll iktar fuq dan il-pajjiż permezz ta' Sister Romana. Sister Romana, I just did an introduction that we're going to stay in Europe this time. We're talking about Poland, we'll be talking about Poland, and we will be meeting Sister Romana from the Sister Franciscans Missionaries of Mary. So, before we go for what you're doing in Malta and your work, etc., maybe you tell us, because you was brought up in a country, obviously before the 1989,
yes.
Before it became an independent country, but you was brought up in a communist country. How was such, because Poland is more than 85% of Catholic people, very strong. The church is was very influential and strong. But your life as a child in a communist country, maybe you tell us about your family and how you was brought up.
It's very, as you say, it's influential communism, and particularly maybe in my family, because we were really alive Catholics and frequently. Maybe I just say my father was belonged to the Picpus, the congregation of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and Mary, and he was like on the 1-year holiday because he was sick because of his heart. And he met my mom, who was a widow, with 3 girls, and on the wedding, my mother brother and my father cousin, and they click. So from this click, let's say, I am. So religious life.
Seeing a picture, this is
yes, that is me. That is me. It is exactly.
Age. How?
5
years.
Yes, and looking at
it reminds me. It reminds me of the old films that we used to see in black and white, like children. It's a nice picture with the pigtails.
Well, yes, that was. And here we can see how the miraculous way God is working, you know.
Yes.
So, yes, I was brought up, so I had very quickly 3 sisters, and I was 4, and I know that we were brought, what is saying at home, you don't say outside. That was the politics, and that was very strongly said at home. Because for us, meal was very important to be together. So everybody share, or from the school, from whatever. And I know that my father was the inspector, let's say, of all agriculture companies. And he didn't get the promotion because he was Catholic. So it's, you know, this influence was all the time. So that was, but I was grow up as a very happy child who in this age, which was show the photo, what I remember, in the house of my granny, where I was lying in the bed, there was big picture of Our Lady of Perpetual Succor. And only this picture, this wall, was saved during the war, you know, when it was so very, very important. But I know as a child, looking at it, and looking Our Lady, looking at taking care of Jesus, and these sandals, little flapping of Jesus, I said, you know, you take care of me. Yeah, like you are taking care of this boy, you know. So there was some clicks. It's very important, Our Lady, in my life, and then later on I was become as well of a member of the police of Maximilian Kolbe. You know that it as well. This
yes,
all the things. Then I was very active in the movement, Light and Move, which Father Blachnicki he. Started the Franciscan. So very much I remember we with another colleague on the bikes on the villages going and put it the little statues of Our Lady in different fields, and communists were taking. But then when I was already in let's say secondary school. So I was few times called that, you know, I will have easy entrance to the university and have housing if I will be spy in my family. So that was a few times I was approached.
Yeah, so they approach children in secondary school?
Yes, that was in my case, you know, I don't know how it is. I am speaking now about it because that reality was. So we were, in sense, and so many things happen which we know that influential the situation of the country. And as well, you know, when was the Solidarność we were saying, you know, just so that was a moment that as well I was in Gdańsk, so I ran in front of the tanks, you know. So these all things, however, they are mark me
as a
young girl, young woman, and so on. It is. So my parents very much wanted that I go to a university, finish, and my sister, we will help, you know, that at least one normally goes. And I went to just approach as well the examination, and I passed all, but I needed to have as well speaking exam from Russian language, which was obligatory at that time in Poland. So I didn't want to do that. So I just called my family. I just failed in the exams and so on. There was another influential things which happened, about which here I don't want really to speak. And then it was that I started, okay, so I needed to start after my school as technician of agriculture, started to work, you know. So I started to work.
Following your father's footsteps?
Yes, a little bit, yes. Which I didn't want. I always wanted to be vet doctor. Yeah. But at this time, they didn't accept the girls, you know, that was the time. And to not lose time, I went for this agriculture, which I wasn't so much happy. But however, I started working as well with this, and I was in White Clare in the office, and HG and so on, and these things to do. And but however, I was very, very much in the movement, of youth movement, and as well we were very famous. In '79 was the first time that we all go in a pilgrimage to Częstochowa, and I was among that. That was the time that we different papers were, if you go, you know, blah blah. But we went. But at that time I had with Our Lady. I was the stage if, looking for confirmation. So I said, okay, I am going this over 350 kilometers. if my feet will be intact, so nothing happened to my feet.
At the end.
Until the end, then you do with me what you want, you know. I am all yours, do.
So that was already said before you left?
Before, yes. So I went to Częstochowa, and that was that we need to run to for the way back for the train. So even we didn't see the Our Lady, the picture. And in the train on the way home, I realized that my feet intact. And to be honest, shivering passed through my body, you know. Wow, wow, wow. So that was as well looking for. There was the men who liked my presence, but they all were as my brothers, you know. I didn't look really to go for marriage as such. So I was working, I was very engaged, and I started as well university, you know, just have a part-time. From the work I was, so my parents, if you are study, so you don't work, you know, you just study, we want you just, okay. But then it's Cold War, 1980. So again, I start working. So again, the controls that everything is happening and so on. And so in 1984, during this time as well, I with one other girl and so on, we were seeing that some kind of movement which include the marriage, include the you know, celibate women, men, and so on, that everything a little like, so like in France we have these movements different, and that was. And I saw that very much. Lord guided me through different signs and so on. But particularly about me, when I decided that is I am with Lord, totally with Lord.
So when you heard the call? The
call, let's say. I felt the call, but I was like, where? So one time I was very against, you know, just to open the Bible and see what it's saying. But I was in very much distress one time. The parish was against me because I am trying to be involved in something what is nothing. My family as well is, my father is very upset. So is this. But however, in this distress, I opened the Bible, and it's Isaiah 54, you know, because the Yahweh is your bride, and you know, for a little while I just left you, but in more love I will, and so on and so on. And I first, no. But I would pick up the second times, and the same, I read Little Father. And the third time I said Francis, because I very much grew up in Francis spirit, parish of Franciscan, conventual. And I said, so okay, so 3 times. Like Francis was 3 times, so he was saying the room, you know. And again, and I said, okay, if you want, okay, you know. So for me, then it was where, you know, because that's what it is. Yes, I am all yours. We are together, we'll. So for me, actually, religious life is to going together with my bride, with my husband. So we carry whatever it is together and share. So then once times the father who was one Franciscan, it came to came back from the giving the retreat, and he said, you know, I just meet very normal nuns. And with me click, I will go, if so, to the normal. I don't don't want to dance the normal. So it wasn't exactly mission, it wasn't adoration. So although adorations was very built up in my parish, because we very much nights, 24 adoration and so on, and youth we had very alive that. And as well being involved in growing up this new, let's say, congregation. Father that time he brought the Constitution. Constitution is the rule which congregation lives, where the sisters live. And I was working on them, how to prepare us, the women, to live this life. So but I was working, but I didn't think that that will be my constitution one day. So that was that. And then, yes, one day, just I said, okay, to this normal, I will go. And so, Lord was really was very patient with me. Show me many. Yes, that is the place. Well, that is the go. You know, that is the place. But you will suffer a lot one stage. You know, it's okay. These things help to go forward. You know. So let's say yes, I founded the Franciscan Missionaries of Mary. And it is, we have this, it's necessary to know that it's the first missionary congregation.
In Poland?
No. In the world.
In the world? It was the first one formed in Poland?
Yes, no, not in Poland. Our foundress is French.
Okay.
And congregation was founded in India.
Okay.
So it's all long history and so on. But however, the Pope, we were missionary of Mary.
Okay.
So everything was okay for me, no? And then we went until month of St. Francis, so Franciscan Missionaries of Mary, and here we are. And when it was my final vows, when we get ring, then usually we receive the sending.
Yes.
And we can stay in our own country, or we can stay but usually, I just, for me was always Black Africa, you know, just something. And I got like, you have thinking where you want, is Angola and Congo Democratic. And so I went to the chapel and I prayed, Lord, I know that I know sister more in Congo and so on, but and I know already French, that will be better, maybe now, you know.
Yes.
But I said, no, any influence, human influence, you put me, wherever you put me, I will have energy to go through with you together. So I felt inside Angola, but I, you know, prepared 2 papers, Angola, Democratic Congo, put in the Bible, and I was praying in the chapel, and I hear, no, pick up this paper, come on. And I pick up Angola, a peace. I didn't occur me that there is war, that, you know, the other language, but nothing. So I went to my provincial, said, you know, it's Angola, and first is, do you sleep well? I said, yes, I sleep, no, I sleep, you know. With noise and everything, I sleep. So anyway, that time my father already passed away, because he was, when I was in novitiate, and so my mom. So when they heard during my this my father and my yes. So they are, and he is actually 1 month before my father passed away.
Okay, so very
heart attack, and that was. So anyway, that's it. And Angola, and I am in Angola, traveling and opening the door of plane, and the heat, hit you. It was a very specific time, because the time of war,
Yes. So you went from one war or one not stable country to another one.
Where usually I was always afraid of war. Here is like my youngest sisters, when they were saying me goodbye, even prepared the flag of Angola and say, okay, go, no. So first I went to France for 1 month more of French, then through Spain, there I was a little bit, to Portugal. And imagine, I go to Portugal with no word in Portuguese. And I was keep my passport all the time because I was thinking by train that they will keep and they will look, try to look. And that was only that our sign very often is only one of the sign which we recognize our sisters, because being in all over our world, not everywhere you can have the cross.
Yes.
So that is our sign. So here is, yes, in you see with militaries, that is the plantation. Father is of Jinguba, the small nuts which we have, very nice.
Here is in Angola.
In Angola, it is
and
Angola.
You are always escorted when you go out, or?
No. There was one time that we were going to the plantation, and the other car was just flashing, and sister, don't go there. There is UNITA, you don't go there. I said, I have to go because there are people, our people now, so you have to, it's different. Yes. And another sister with me was, and I said, look, so let's pray now. You're not afraid to die, or I don't know what to see. No, let's go. And instead say to Hail Mary, we say, Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Ave Maria. We couldn't, But they were running already, so we could take them.
Another picture, we're seeing another picture.
That is in one village, which was the baptism, was confirmation, was marriage, and the one blind person was playing on this guitar. The guitar was playing.
Man-made guitar.
Made guitar.
Yes, one thing that I was really amazed when I went to Zambia, I went to hear mass in a very rural village. All the instruments were man-made, what I found, but the sound that came out from these instruments were angelic.
Yes,
like yes. I don't know.
That's it. And that's what it is. Unfortunately, that was before the Easter. Later, the village was attacked. No, so it's this all the time. You are going, you see movement. Another time we were kept here with immigrants, and here fantastic. That one thing which I say, how the God provide, how we have to trust God. We were going with the priests for mass. First, we were in prison. When in prison, I realized after when I will not go through all, but we went out with the priest, and he said, sister, no, I know who killed the best friends. So we sometimes don't realize what the priests are carrying, no? Yes. So that is, and we were going for mass, and it was rain. Rain in Africa is different, but we were going. And there the altar was only suitcase. Okay. The chapel, it was only walls and nothing else, not roof.
Not roof.
So we were going. We arrived, the rain stopped. We say that the mass, everything was. The mass in the name of the Father and the Son and go. And rain started. I only put the things, I closed the suitcase, rain again. And for me, that was the God's blessing. That sometimes where we see that is nowhere, is not sense something, there is.
Yes, sometimes we think that it's impossible.
Yes.
But what works possible in mysterious ways, we cannot understand.
No. Yeah. And here, catechists in the other villages.
So before we started the program, because obviously time flies, we are nearly the end of the program. You mentioned to me that you've been also in England and in other countries, but finally you came to Malta. How come?
Look, it's totally different. In England, I was engaged as well. I was in the retreat conference center, so retreats, giving retreats, accompanying people, something
I have to stop you to see the last picture we have. Maybe you tell us a bit about.
Oh, that is Little Romana.
Okay.
One stage I came back and they said, sister, that is, you are our family. That is Little Romana.
So they gave also your name to
yes, so it's very much acceptance, you know, just,
yes.
You know, very much.
Very much, okay.
You know, so what's and then it was, look, we need somebody for Malta. Here we have elderly sister community. So Sister Roberta and myself, we are just to helping function the house, the community here. And here I am.
And how long have you been now out?
From Poland?
From Poland.
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years in different countries. You mentioned Angola, England,
and, Italy, yes, and Malta.
And Malta. That's quite a long way.
Portugal as well, you know.
Yeah, obviously, because you went to, yeah. And your family?
My family, my parents already with the Lord, so they are watching over. And my 3 sisters, yes, they are. I am the youngest. Yes, we have very much. So I am looking in maybe summertime I will go to visit.
Last question. Obviously, when we mention Pope, our mind goes to his Saint Paul, John Paul II. How influential was his work in Poland?
Very much. Very
also
much.
As a Pope.
You know, for me, that was and it is my papina. My work in Rome, it was that I very often, every second day, I was in the secretary in Vatican. That time we had special tessera entering to, so everywhere. I had a very significant meeting with Pope twice, and I said it's enough, that is for the others. As well as significant meetings when he already passed away, spiritually, certain things. And as well as what I said, in '79, Pope came to Poland, which was very significant, and we ran all. That time only like from Sycamore, the chaos, I could look him passing, nothing else.
Nothing else.
But I always, one thing else, when we give our life to Lord totally, I always wanted to drive. So I am driving. I always wanted to go to Rome for pilgrimage. My dear, you want to go for... I am generous. 10 years, please. So 10 years was there. So Lord is very generous in his way of acting. And
yes, and he's very generous to sending missionaries in Malta also to help here with all the work that the congregations are doing. I thank you for your time. Nirringrazzjakom, kienet diskussjoni interessanti ma' Sister Romana, għadkom qed taraw anke ritratti, kellna ħafna ritratti oħra x'naraw imma l-programm itir, meta nkunu qegħdin nitkellmu u nipprofondixxu ftit anki fuq il-vokazzjoni ta' dawn is-sisters li qed nintaqgħu magħhom, ta' dawn il-missjonarji kollha li qed nintaqgħu magħhom. Għandna nagħmlu appuntament għal programm ieħor, il-Missjoni Hawn, programm imtella minn Missjon Malta. F'dan din is-sena nagħlqu ċ-ċentenarju l-100 sena minn meta ġiet iċċelebrata il-Ġurnata Missjonarja. Jiena ngħidilkom grazzi li kontu magħna għall programmikom u nintaqgħu programm Missjoni Hawn darb'oħra. Insellmilkom.